A very good morning, people. It is so sad that almost after 30 years, the life of a black person hasn't changed. There are people that who fought for our freedom, and now they are dead. There are people that whom we're told they fought for our freedom, and then they tend to be the deal breakers. The dangers of what we're currently facing is the public people's opinion, and it's always intubated. You see this by these so-called leaders. They always form new political parties almost every day, which I believe it's not an ideal to change the current situation of what we're facing as the country. We have a huge number of unemployment in the country. We have a huge number of crime in the country. Our country is lawless, and no one is accountable for that. The people that we elect, we put our faith on them. They don't know the real problem that we're currently facing in our locations. We elect them when we're living with them in communities. And then when we started to have money, they move away from us. They are taking their kids into private schools. And they are using our taxpayers' money, to send their kids in private schools. They don't use the public facilities, your government schools, your government hospitals. I think it's high time, guys, that we talk about these things. I mean, it's very painful that we see the life of a black person. It hasn't changed. Many people are saying it was better when we were oppressed, because at least people were able to work and earn whatever that, maybe it was so little, but they were earning something. They had respect. What I can tell you today is the only way to control people is to keep them poor. Yes, I know I'm going to get a lot of bashes from people, especially for those who are benefiting from the system. We tend to elect the hyenas. We have stomach politicians. They talk very nicely, and then we expect them to deliver. Why they don't understand? I mean, I don't understand this sickness that the ANC is currently doing in this country. They have this system called the cadre deployment. They took the grade R person and then they give him power to lead us, and then we expect a result from such a person. The word democracy is not working for us, guys. I challenge anyone about this. This thing so-called the cadre deployment is not working for us, guys. I think it is time for us South Africans, to put our foot down. In 1976, the women's, our mothers, they fought the system. I think like now we are too relaxed. The youth of today, we put our faith on the hands of the old pensioners. The current system that they're currently using, they have the age restriction when it comes to job employment. It's 16 to 36. And then when you're 37, 38, they consider you as an old person. The same rule that they are putting, the people who created these rules, they don't apply to them. Look at the guys. How old are these people? Like their age in parliament. The oldest person in parliament is 73 years old. And then we expect such a person to be innovative. And then we expect the person to have the will to change the country. They don't know, these guys, what the hell is going on out there. They are selling the government entities. They want to privatize them. Look at Eskom. Now we are having this thing so-called load shedding, stage 6. That is not a load shedding. I call it Eskom sabotage, because these cats are spending, they are stealing 3 billion every month in diesel. I'm not going to dive deep in that one because I already made a video. If you want to know more, just go back to my previous videos and then we'll see what I'm talking about. And then they don't have the solution to end this thing so-called load shedding. We need to talk about these things, guys. It is high time that now we don't need to clap hands when these cats visit us. Start asking relevant questions. And we need to put the end into promises. If they're coming to you and then they tell you you're going to do 1, 2, 3, just ask them, when are you going to start doing that? We need the time frame. We need to hold them accountable. We as the black people, we don't learn. I'm sorry to say that. We don't learn. We don't find it funny for us to live in a shack as a black person. We find it's okay. And we've always been misled by the so-called, these cats, so-called politicians. They will tell you, will nationalize your mines and nationalize and whatsoever, speaking very nicely. And we clap hands. Yes, these guys, yeah, they are fighting for us. They are not fighting for you. Starting from today, you should know that politics is just a mind game. I call it, it's the art of the possible. They are giving you free hope. The people that oppress us, they created the system, which many of these cats that we elect, they don't understand the system, the technical side of politics. They don't understand. Because we elect the very loud people, and then we think those people are going to change. They're not going to change. They are there for their stomach. And you will be shocked how much money these guys, they make. You see, this minimum wage costs 3,500. These so-called politician is their daily rate to be in parliament. And then the government is giving you 350 rands. What is that shit for? I'm sorry to use the language, but I'm just pissed. We can not always be tolerant, guys. We need to stop this thing. The ANC has destroyed the infrastructure that was built by the apartheid government. Yes, I was not there during the apartheid, but when I look at you see, like where I grew up, there were some factories, people were working at the time. The rate of crime was very low. Now the crime has skyrocketed. The crime doesn't have the color. The crime doesn't have the nationality. Crime is crime. You cannot just do as you please. I'm sorry to say this. When we start to raise these things, they call us xenophobic. But you cannot do as you please anywhere in Africa. Africa is for Africans. We need to respect that. But each and every person that comes to each and every country need to be identifiable. You need to have the proper documents. That's the system that they created. And then they are using the same policies in their countries as well. If you can go to Zimbabwe, they're doing the same thing. Go anywhere in the country. There are some rules and regulations. I'm with Gayton McKenzie when he says that you need to deport all those who are undocumented. I will leave it with you guys. But we need to talk about these things. Yes, as painful as they are, that is the reality. We need to face it. Yes, someone is going to say that there are no borders in Europe and whatsoever. We are not in Europe. We are in Africa. They created borders. Yes, we need to live with that. We need to make it work. Are you